Whoa, I'm breaking everything today. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for coming back and watching another one of my videos. If you are a repeat viewer, if you're not, welcome to the channel. I think we have a total of 6 subscribers now. Woo! So I just wanted to give a couple updates about I don't know, channel health, I guess. Some stuff we might start doing pretty soon. I've got a new video series I'm going to be coming out with pretty soon. There's a new file I'm going to be uploading pretty soon as well. And then maybe we'll start doing some giveaways pretty soon. So the file that here, let me set this down. Yeah, I want to show you guys this. This was the this is a Mark 85. I'm working on a Mark 85 Iron Man armor. That's one of the first projects I kind of got into when I started doing 3D printing. This does fit my head, but I have to take a couple pieces apart to get it on there, so you'll just have to take my word for it. But I'm working on motorizing it. I've got some little servo motors so that the mask will lift up and, you know, sit on top of the head and everything. And then these are like little see-through cosplay LED eyes. I'm going to use those for so they're going to light up blue, and I can see through them even when they're lit up. So that's going to be really cool. I hope to have this done. I'm going to a Comic-Con pretty soon, and I hope to have that done by then. Not the whole armor, but at least just the helmet. I've got the chest piece done, I've got the right arm done, and I've got one or two other things pretty much finished. But anyways, so what are we talking about today? So this right here on the screen, as you can see, is the Nebula Blade. So this is my newest kind of model that I made. So I'm going to have the files posted for this by the time I upload this video. So if you're interested in printing this, make sure you check the description. The link to it should be there. And as always, I'll include the link to my Thingiverse page, as well as, I've said this before, but for whatever reason, the files for the Teklo Plasma Pistol are like glitched or something on Thingiverse. So they don't show up under my account, so you actually have to have the direct link. So I'm going to include that in there as well. But like I said, if you're interested in printing this, the files should be to scale. You can just print straight from the files this time, which is nice. I've been having some issues with exporting STLs from Blender, and the scale is getting all whacked up. But I think I found something that works pretty well. So let me know if you end up printing it, how that worked out for you. I printed this, but the one I printed got destroyed. So I had just glued all the pieces together, and I'd started sanding. I hadn't quite gotten around to plastic welding everything together, because I was going to weld it, and then I was going to fill in the holes and the like gaps and stuff, and then sand it again after that. But I left it outside, and I was sanding it. I was up to like 600 grit sandpaper, so I had sanded a couple layers already, and I had it sitting on a table outside. And I walked inside for like 1 second because I needed to check on something, and I heard this like crunching sound, and I was like, that's not good. So I ran outside, and a cat had chewed up the kind of like wing bits right here, like these. Just completely destroyed this. So I reprinted some extra pieces, and I was going to cut this off and, you know, plastic weld the new pieces back on. And while I was doing that, because the sword itself, the assembly was just using glue, it broke. It snapped while I was holding it, and I was trying to glue the stuff on there so I could weld it, and then it snapped, and then it fell over and hit the ground and just exploded. So I mostly reassembled it, but unfortunately it looks like crap. So, and it's missing a couple pieces, and I didn't bother reprinting them. So the one I have now, I'm just going to use as a paint test, and then I'll print another one of these for you guys, and then finish it out so you can see what the finished model will look like. Just to note, if you do print it, I would recommend printing this section right here at a lower layer height, because some of these things are really thin, so it has a little trouble. I mean, it printed out fine. It came out fine. Also, make sure the like wings are facing up, because you don't want supports coming off the top of these, because then when you try to break off the supports, it might break the pieces. So it's going to be a little bit fragile. So I'm going to probably make a revised version of this model eventually. But you're just going to run into that with any small details on like a sword like this. The only other thing to note, I made it pretty much to scale based off the card art. Okay, I've scaled it up since obviously, but that said, the handle is very thin compared to the blade. So take that as you will. It's printed. I mean, it's modeled accurately to the card, but at the same time, the handle feels really thin. So I might wrap the handle with something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll finish one and let you guys know how it turns out and what I would recommend. But feel free, if you want, go ahead and print this out. The files are definitely usable for sure. But there's that. The other couple things I wanted to talk about is the new video series. It's going to be on the Tekla Plasma Pistol. So obviously I'm pretty biased, but I think this is a really cool model. I think this is definitely the best design I've made, best model that I've done. So I've had some people ask questions about, like, oh, how did you get that paint effect, or how did you assemble it, or how did you set it up on the slicer, so stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start a brand new video series from the start. So just taking the models, I'm going to show how to orient them on the build plate, what supports to use and where. We're going to touch on, stuff like the purse magnet, assembly kind of directions, how I welded it together, like how I got this paint effect for the kind of barrel area, stuff like that. And then once we get done with the video series, we're probably going to do a giveaway for the completed pistol, the one we actually make in that video series. I'm hoping it will be as good, if not better, than this one, since this was my first iteration. But yeah, so if you're interested in winning a pistol, go ahead and subscribe. We'll get more details about the giveaway once we get closer to it. But I imagine we'll probably just use a random comment selector on the final video, and we'll make some like stipulations where, because I don't want to do a giveaway if it's only like 10 people. Like I want to get enough interest where it feels warranted to do a giveaway, instead of just like, because I think most of the people that actually currently watch my videos are just like friends of mine and stuff like that, and my wife. But anyways, yeah, so if you're interested, stay tuned. I'll let you know more details once we get them. But that's the new video series. And finally, what do you guys want to see on the channel? Do you want to see more 3D printed stuff? Do you want more Magic stuff? I mean, I don't super play Magic as much, but that seems to be the most successful video on my channel by far. So, I mean, I could do more openings. I could do Flesh and Blood openings if you want. I could do product reviews. I'm definitely going to be doing Uprising spoiler discussion, and theory crafting once spoiler season starts tomorrow. I'm so excited, guys. So, look out for that. I'm sure everybody and their mother's going to be doing that kind of content, but that's okay. I'm not super doing this to, get popular on the internet or whatever. It's just mostly for me. It's just something I've always wanted to do, and I think it's a good vessel for like giving back to the community as far as the 3D printed models and stuff like that. I'm very excited to kind of share my love of the game with everybody else. So let me know what you're interested in seeing. If you want, I have Tabletop Simulator. I'm making a video on how to get that set up for a user on Reddit. So if you want to play with me on Tabletop Simulator, I'm open to that as well. So I created an email address for the channel, and I'm going to include that down in the description below. I've had a lot of people ask me if I'm willing to sell either completed models, like something like this, or just the raw files. Like, I had a couple people reach out to me and go, hey, I don't have a 3D printer, but I would love to have one of those. I've got to figure out if I'm allowed to sell this stuff, because technically the design of this, more or less, is Legend Story Studios' intellectual property. So I've got to figure out the legality around that. But if you guys are interested in buying either raw files or completed products, let me know. I'm just going to kind of gauge some interest. I'm not saying I'll sell them, because I never really intended for that going into this. But if there is interest, I'll consider it. Maybe setting up an Etsy page or something. I know they have on FABTCG.com, there is an intellectual property rights section, but I don't know how it pertains to like fan art, I guess is what you would call this. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe I'll try to contact LSS or something. I don't know. But let me know if there's interest, and I'll definitely consider that. So yeah, that's kind of all I had for you guys today. I'll show off some more of my 3D printed stuff pretty soon, if you're interested in that as well. But yeah, I'm trying to get an identity for the channel, trying to figure out what we're even doing here, and get something that I think a lot of people will be interested in, as well as something that I personally like to do. I appreciate all of your support as always, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And have a great day.